my two brothers and one of our friends, Tom, and we'd fish all day long. Huh? Change my shirt? Okay. All right. So we'd fish. We would fit. She can go pick out a shirt for me. At 20 years old, I got married June 1st. June 13th, Wildlife and Fisheries called me because I had interviewed already. They said, hey, you want to come to work for us? I said, yes. We started it all at 20 years old, 1991, as a wildlife agent. That was the best job I could have ever had. It was kind of like the Roman Empire, you know, where Caesar says, everything the sun sets is mine. As a wildlife agent, I was out patrolling in a boat. I was out on the water. I just went everywhere I needed to go and everywhere I could. When I got married, I was living on the bayou. After we got married and I came to work for Wildlife Fisheries, I moved just down the road on the Bayou Teche. Then the next place we moved in Jeanerette on Warren Street was on Bayou Teche. We rented a house. And then we bought this property on Bayou Teche. I've always wanted to be on the water. That was it. And I've always been on the water from an early age.
You're doing all this from memory?
Yeah. I mean, I've
Putting it
done it a couple times.
Jeez, there's so many little moving parts. A lot to
It
remember.
also kind of helps to have the same reel, so you don't have to remember a bunch of different ones.
So you just started using Shimano and just stuck to it.
Well, I mean, I used to use the Ambassadors, Abu Garcias. Now, look, I used Shimano when I was a kid. I used the little Phantom, little bass fishing reel. I wish I still had one. I think I have one somewhere.
Do you think Shimano now is higher quality, or do you think Shimano when you were a kid was higher quality? Because I mean, you hear so many people
Everybody's
say,
quality was better before. Now, that being said, like the performance is better now, I think. So my daughter, Isabella, told me she started dating Gage. The first thing I wanted to know, and I'm pretty sure I asked her this, is what's his date of birth and driver's license number? You know, I'm gonna find somebody to run him, right? Like, I want to know his history, if he's been arrested. I want to know all these things. And Isabella, you know, kept telling me, no, he's a good kid. I said, okay, I'll see. And then Isabella told me he likes to fish. I said, well, that's great, but are you just telling me that because you want me to be happy? But it turns out he likes to fish. It doesn't have to be hunting. Fishing, you know, being outdoors, you develop a respect for a lot of things by enjoying the outdoors. I think I just started thinking Gage is actually trying to figure me out right now. Like that's what this whole interview is about. Gage is like, I want to know more about this guy.
This is all the master plan. He's texting me. Yeah, no problems here. We're just making sure, getting it to look over. We had to fix the fuel filter.
Gage.
Yes, sir.
You just want to go. I don't want to disturb. You guys get up there.
It's a bad omen, you know, to go out on the water and you have the right fuel filter. So this was all like a premeditated plan by Mr. Ross.
I don't want all the yellow and red storm. But if it's just like this, I can fish like this. We're gonna go to the other side of Point Shimon. Yeah, so when I started work for Wildlife and Fisheries, I would pass this area, and this is all pasture area. And eventually I started seeing for sale signs, right? We were looking for a place. I knew that I wanted to be in the country. My kids, I hate to say they were sheltered, but they were, in a little ways, they were sheltered. To me, the ultimate satisfaction is to go out there and find the fish, then turn around and go back with Kim and Bella and put them on fish where they can catch fish. Because Kim goes, she puts up with a lot. My fishing addiction is a lot. It's pretty costly to her too. She has to put up with it. I like being able to say, all right, all this stuff is worth it for you. If it's just 1 or 2 trips every once in a while, she's very happy with it. She does not want to go and ride around in the boat and get beaten up. We've had some pretty bad weather. You see it's raining, and it's been raining a lot. A lot of water coming from the cane field. All that stuff is just coming out the Bayou Teche, down the Baldwin Cut, the Calumet Cut, the Chaffalay River. So you've got this big influx of dirty water coming through the marsh. It's going to be tough. This time of the year, you start getting cool fronts, and we'll have a hard north wind blowing. That's going to move a lot of bait fish out of the marsh. It's going to move some shrimp out. And there's some really nice grass beds. September is usually, historically, the time where I've caught a lot of redfish in those places.
We're on the board. Warmed up.
Yeah, baby!
Dude, that's a nice fish, man. I think it's supposed to start raining in a minute.
We're eating tonight, boys.
Growing up, my dad was the one who taught me to fish. Like, I fished with Pop. The boat's name was the Snipe. We fished all the time. He could have been fishing with his friends, but he fished with us. He took us all the time. He dropped us off in the basin in Henderson, and we'd take off and go fishing all day long. We were 13, 14 years old, and even younger, I think. There's no GPS or cell phones to, hey, this time you should get back. My dad taught me so much about fishing. I loved it. And then it was in April, and we fished. We left at a cookadry. I took the kids. We had a great time. It meant a lot to me that we could fish with my dad, my kids, and my brother Mac came with us. I just wish he was still around. We could have fished more with him. But I do enjoy fishing with my father-in-law too. I mean, Mr. Ricky is Kim's dad. He's my father-in-law. I've known him since Kim and I've been together for 35 years now. I want to spend more time fishing with him because, we're out here for a limited amount of time. So I'd like to be able to fish more with him.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
When I met Gage and I realized he actually likes to fish, he wasn't just saying that. that type of love for the outdoors, you develop a certain amount of respect for a lot of things. To me, that's valuable, right? So it's not just going outdoors and fishing and limiting out, it's just respecting it. And that is clearly what I can see. Gage passed, he's pretty good. Yeah.
You passed the test.
Yeah, he passed the test.
If that thing goes overboard, we're gonna all drown out there.
Just trying to get it. I know. I was ready.
We've been calling our son-in-law bring his milk.
If you watch the water and you listen to it, it's just this massive amount of force that's coming down the river, or it's moving from the tide. You cannot stop it. The water's moving, and it looks so deceiving